NFL Rookie Minicamp, Raiders standouts and surprises. The Raiders just wrapped up Rookie Minicamp, and it's time to spotlight a few names who made a real impression. Today, we're counting down the top 5 winners from the weekend. And while there were a few underwhelming performances, this show's about those who stood out. Let's kick things off with number 5. Tommy Mellott, wide receiver. Mellott showcased more than just raw athleticism. According to team sources, he's a quick study, the kind of player who absorbs everything like a sponge. Originally a quarterback at the FCS level, Mellott is transitioning to wide receiver, and the shift looks promising. His route running was sharper than expected. He caught the ball cleanly, and his speed and quickness were on full display. He's expected to contribute on special teams too, adding to his overall value. Mellott's mindset, digging into Raiders history, studying players like Clem Daniels, shows he's serious about earning his place. Coming in at number 4 is Dont'e Thornton Jr., another wide receiver. Thornton is an athletic marvel. 6 feet 5 inches, smooth and fast. His 4.3 speed is effortless, and watching him move downfield is like watching a gazelle in full stride. It's not just the physical traits. Thornton has already started to build chemistry with teammates and brings energy to the locker room. Yes, his college offense at Tennessee leaned a bit gimmicky, but averaging over 25 yards per catch speaks for itself. If he can refine his route tree and polish his technique, the upside is undeniable. At number 3, we shift to the offensive line with Caleb Rogers. Rogers already carries himself like a veteran. He speaks with maturity, and teammates have taken notice of his leadership qualities. One coach described him as wise beyond his years, and it shows, both in the meeting room and on the field. Despite being a 3rd-round pick, Rogers isn't waiting to be led. He's stepping up, communicating, and showing readiness to play multiple spots on the line. For a rookie lineman, earning respect this early isn't easy, but Rogers is making it look that way. Back at Raiders Rookie Minicamp, the top 2 standouts weren't just good. They separated themselves from the pack. Let's pick up at number 2, Bech. Bech brought a physical edge to the field that immediately turned heads. He competes with intensity on every rep, the kind of aggressive mindset that reminds some of the mentality Max Crosby plays with. Bech runs smooth routes, has reliable hands, and moves with more athleticism than you might expect from watching him on tape. One of the most common things heard around camp? He's just a football player, the kind that doesn't always look flashy but does everything right. Strong, smart, consistent. While no one's comparing him directly to Brock Bowers, Bech was described as the kind of player who might give you that under-the-radar version of impact. Reliable, versatile, and tough. Here's the key takeaway. Bech is making a strong case to be the Raiders' number 2 wide receiver. That's not just based on potential, it's based on performance. He's already showing that he might be more polished as a receiver than Trey Tucker, who has the edge athletically, but hasn't separated himself in the same way just yet. From catching passes to downfield blocking, Bech is proving to be a complete player, and that's going to matter when you have a running back like Ashton Jeanty in the backfield. Which brings us to number 1, Ashton Jeanty, the biggest winner from Raiders Rookie Minicamp. If Jeanty hadn't topped this list, it would have been a shock. From the moment he stepped on the field, he looked like he belonged. Smooth, explosive, and composed. Everything he did looked natural. His footwork, his burst, his balance, it was all there. Even among other NFL rookies, Jeanty stood out clearly as the best player on the field. Coaches and teammates alike noted his poise and professionalism. He didn't say much, but he didn't need to. He led with his play, decisive runs, fluid movement, and an advanced feel for the game. Jeanty isn't just a promising young running back. He's looking like a future offensive centerpiece. Let's wrap up the offensive recap with a few honorable mentions, and then we'll flip to the defensive side of the ball. 2 offensive players who earned contracts to the 90-man roster, Keelan KJ Jackson and Keyshawn Smith. Both came in without deals, and both walked away with an opportunity. That's a win in Rookie Minicamp, plain and simple. At quarterback, the edge went to Cam Miller over Hajmalik Williams. It wasn't a huge surprise, but in a battle like that, only one name moves forward. Cam Miller was sharper, more consistent, and handled the offense better. As for the Rookie Minicamp losers, the list is short but straightforward. Tyreek McAllister, Dominic Boyd, and Christian Wilkerson, all 3 were cut. When the camp ends and you're no longer on the roster, there's no other way to put it. That's the harsh reality of life in the NFL. Let's switch over to the defense and take a look at 5 standouts from rookie minicamp. Starting at number 5, cornerback Mellott. Dotson brought energy from the jump. One source at camp told me, he brings the juice. And that's what you want from a young corner trying to earn a spot, especially with a coach like Pete Carroll leading the charge. Carroll demands competition, and Dotson didn't back down from any of it. He's not the most explosive athlete, and his measurables won't wow you. But his technique is clean, especially for an undrafted free agent. And he's a competitor. Carroll's always valued corners who love to battle, and Dotson fits that mold. At number 4, defensive tackle, Pegs. Pegs brought the power all weekend. Whether it was bag drills, positional work, or just one-on-ones, he came out firing. You could see it in his effort and his attitude. He played with joy, but also with intensity, like a kid in a candy store who's also ready to knock over the shelves. Pegues and Janarius Hemingway were 2 of the most physical interior linemen in drills. Coaches holding the bags felt it. Pegues in particular stood out for how explosive he looked, especially considering his pre-draft testing numbers didn't fully reflect that athleticism. Number 3 on the defensive side, Lockie Tassi, defensive tackle from the International Pathway Program. Tassi is massive, listed at 6 feet 6 inches, 350 pounds, and that size shows up immediately. But what stood out even more during minicamp? His movement skills. His feet were quicker than expected, and his hands flashed real pop in drills. He's still raw, but the potential is undeniable. Tassi is asking questions, learning fast, and showing that he wants to get better. You can't teach size like that, and when you pair it with natural athletic ability, you have something to work with. The Raiders have been searching for a true nose tackle, someone who can hold the point of attack and eat up double teams. Tassi might become that guy. He's not ready yet, but if this is the baseline, the ceiling is intriguing. He could become the kind of run-stuffing force who can wreck a QB sneak or anchor the middle in short yardage defense. At the very least, he's a player to watch as the summer unfolds. Now to number 2, linebacker Jalon Smith. Yes, that Jalon Smith. He reported to minicamp and made the 90-man roster. And while his inclusion might surprise some fans, the Raiders saw something. Smith moved well, communicated on the field, and looked like a player who still wants to prove something. He may not be the same athlete he once was coming out of Notre Dame, but Smith brings experience, instincts, and leadership. Those are traits that matter in a young linebacker room. And in a system built around competition, Smith showed up ready to earn his spot. At 29 years old, Jalon Smith was the elder statesman on the field, surrounded by 22-year-olds chasing a dream. But Smith didn't just hold his own. He looked healthy, and that's always been the question with him. If the body holds up, the mind is already there. That's what made him elite at Notre Dame, a team captain, a leader. And even now, coming off the couch into Raiders camp, he moved sideline to sideline with energy. He was vocal, he was engaged, and he encouraged the young guys. That matters. That wins over coaches. And that's likely why he made the 90-man roster, pushing out younger competition like Amari Burney. But the biggest winner on the defensive side of the ball? Darien Porter. Porter, a wide receiver turned corner, separated himself, not just from the pack, but from expectation. You could see it immediately. The way he moved, those long strides that eat up grass. The confidence was there, but so was the humility. He doesn't want to rely on athleticism alone. He wants to learn how to play the position, and fast. You can tell he's thinking like a wide out while playing corner, anticipating breaks, jumping routes. He plays with a rare awareness, and Raider Nation should be encouraged by how fast he's picking it up. Honorable mentions on defense? Plenty. Wesley Steiner made the roster. So did Jafari Harvey. Jonathan Sutherland, too. All names worth keeping an eye on. And even though Tatum Bethune and Tommy Eichenberg didn't suit up, they're still winners. Why? Because Amari Burney was cut. That opens the door for one, or both, to stake their claim behind projected starters Divine Diablo and Landon Roberts. As for the final cuts, there's no easy way to say it. Amari Burney, claimed by the Titans. Matthew Butler, now with the Dolphins. Brandon Smith, released outright. Rookie minicamp is always a whirlwind. And while this list is built from on-field performance and trusted reports, it's also just the beginning. More names will rise. But these are the players,